Okay, what we've done so far is obviously we've created these tabs. Now these might be a little bit different to the previous video, because this video that I'm trying to do now, I've had a couple of goes at now and I always make mistakes. I want to make this one clear. So, quite happily archiving the records. But of course, I've put one here now on my purchase template. I've got Trevor, quantity 100 of each. And what I want to happen, of course, is... Oh, I'll just delete those because I did those previously. What I want to happen is that if he buys 100, then the stock numbers need to come down by 100 to reflect the fact that Trevor bought 100 of each. And get rid of that as well. Makes sense? I hope so. So, what I'm going to do on the stock sheet is this. Just like this one said, well, it's equal to whatever you got in stock at the moment plus whatever we've ordered, this one is going to be equal to whatever we've got stock in the moment, take away whatever was ordered, whatever was bought. So quite clearly, if we've got 242, and old, was it Trevor? He buys 100, goes down to 142. And I can fill that one down as well. Now, what I want to do is record a macro. Okay, a macro that sees me take these values and copy the values into there. So, let's just do that. Tools, macro, record new macro. I will call this update stock. Oh, okay, on there. After purchase. Right. So all we're going to do is take the new stock levels, copy them, go into there, paste special, the values. Press OK. Wonderful. I'm going to press escape to get rid of those flashing dotty lines. I'm going to click just on A1 and I'm going to press stop. Right? Fingers crossed. What we're going to do now, so I'm happy with that. But what I want to happen is, let's just button one for the moment. We'll archive that. Let's put a new one in. We'll call, I can't think of a name. That's ridiculous. Jane. And she's going to buy 10 of each, because we're getting a little bit low on our quantities, which I can show you about our stock, how we can, oh gosh, we can do data validation. You can probably work it out for yourself actually now after all this. If she buys 10 of each, 142 will become 132, 139.99. But what happens is when I run the order, just remind that one, 142, 149. If I run button 1 to archive it, go back there, it's still 142, 149. The reason being is that this button is only archiving the order. It's not running the macro to actually change the stock. Let's just illustrate this one. Let's put another person's name in. We'll put in Hannah. And what I'm going to deliberately choose some quantities now. So I've got 42, 49, and 109. So I'm going to make them 42, 49, and 9. Right? You happy with that? Because what that should do when we run it is take them all down to 100. And we'll know if it's worked, if this gets cleaned out, one for Hannah gets put down here, and all our stocks return to 100. Right back where we started from. So, I'm going to go off to my macros. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply cut and paste some code. Now this is the code here that we've just created, which copied and pasted the values of the stock updates. So I'm going to cut that bit of code. Basically, I don't need the sub and the end sub, and I don't need the green commented bits out. What I do need to do is here. I've got a slight problem. I need to think this one through now. That what we need to do is that, oh, in fact, actually, we'll just put it at the end. So that runs the archiving bit that we've done previously, and this runs the update of the stock. The reason for leaving a line is this. This macro is saying, okay, we're selecting the purchase template sheet. We're staying on the purchase template sheet, but but we're adding a sheet after it. We're going back to the purchase template sheet. We're still on the purchase template, 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 still on the purchase template. If I now run this macro, this bit of code at this point, it will not do it. Range K4, K6, well that's the bit on the stock sheet. I need to make sure in my macro that before I run the copy and paste, I'm actually on the right sheet. It's dead easy. I can just borrow this for a moment. I'll copy that. I'll drop that in there by pasting it. And I want to be on the stock sheet. So I'll say select sheets, stock, select. So it runs the archiving, it flips to the stock sheet, and now it'll run the code to update the stock. Wow. So let's go back to our book. The stocks are all 142, 149, 109. When we run this, you ready? They're still there. Now why are they still there? The reason that they are still there actually is beyond me. Need to think quickly. I thought I had that one solved actually. Why are they still there? 42, 49, 9. Let's do, if we run the macro again, let me just check something. That's interesting. That is looking at purchase template in which there is nothing. So let's put Bob 3 is busy Bob, and let's just take them down by 10, 10 and 10. We're happy with that. So our stock should go down to 132, etc. Okay, so we run it and it didn't go down. Oh no! Oh no dear, the Bob's been archived, but it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let's go to the code and try and work it out. I have to think on my feet here. Tools macro, order update, no, archive purchase, we edit it. Why is it not working? So it goes range A1 select. Oh, I know why, because during the archive it cleared it out. Damn. What we'll do is this. I hope this is going to make sense to you. That bit of code there doesn't need to be there. I think that bit of code needs to run before we clear the contents. So let's in here put it there. So our macro is going to is that the right place to do it? Let me just Control Z for a second. Yeah, I think that is the right place. Oh wow, I hope this makes sense to you. So now the macro does this, the archiving, copies it over, does the name, nips to the stock sheet, does that, goes back to the purchase template and clears the contents out. If you found that a bit tricky, watch this very slowly. Watch that bit again very slowly. Alright, I'm going to prove to you this now works. Wow, how exciting. So on our stock sheet, 142, 149, 109, let's pop back to the purchase template. And we'll put winner. And to prove it to you, let's take them all down by 40 and 40. And now when we press the button to illustrate it, the first thing it's going to do is create winner on 15th of December. It'll then nip to the stock sheet and update those values, and then it'll nip back to the purchase template and clear them out. Just like that. As if by magic, it worked. So, that's that one. Quite clearly the hardest thing you're going to have to do. But I'll tell you what, you've got a hell of a spreadsheet now, and it will certainly get you through an AS level project. We've got some more whistles and bells to put on it, but that's pretty good so far.